I'm going to start recording. Right. So thank you everyone for coming on time. You have been great, right? Great supporter. I was playing some Hari Raya song just now, but you guys are not in yet. Then I turned into some other song already. Okay, now shall we wait for them? I think there are 31 people registered. So about now 2 or 3 say can't come. So left with 20 plus, 20 something. So there are about 2 or 3, maybe 5 not here yet.
Yeah, there are 23 of us now.
22 now. Somebody just popped out.
Oh, okay.
All right. So just to go through the itinerary today, what I'm going to discuss basically is about PowerPoint. Not so much of the drawings and so on, but the feature in PowerPoint that can help us as a trainer, as a facilitator, or whatever you call it. We are preparing our slides. So I'm trying to show you or give you some tips on how to do the presentation during the presentation. How do you control your slides? Then I also want to tell you behind the scene of your slide. So when you are preparing for your content, what can you do in order to prepare the content quickly? So this is what I'm going to talk to you about. Slide control, slide outline, reuse some slide, custom slideshow, and also do some screen recording for yourself. So in case you are going to do some technical stuff like how to register for certain website and so on, yeah, you can actually use PowerPoint to help you record that particular procedure and put it into your slide as a video. So how do you do that very quickly without using expensive tool? PowerPoint can do that for you. So that's my quick tips for today, quick tips and tricks for today. So I have about 24 people. I don't think I want to delay your time. So we're going to start. We're going to start. So the first thing in my mind here is that the slide control. Okay. Now I'm going to switch to another screen. I'm going to switch to another presentation. Okay. Now, if you look at this slide, there are altogether 16 slides altogether. If you look at my mouse pointer at the bottom here, there's a 16 slide altogether. So this is my first slide. Then my second slide, which is core topics. Then I have something called company overview. So these are some of those slides that you might want to prepare for your presentation. So I have 16 slides altogether. 16 slides altogether. So if you look at this piece of paper, look at my screen for a while, look at this piece of paper. What I've done is I have written down every single slide, handwritten. I've written down the slide title for each and every of the slides. So when I run my presentation, okay, when I'm doing my presentation, usually we will go full screen. Okay, so I will go full screen and I want to start with slide number 1, which is my introduction. So if you look at this piece of paper, I want to go to the slide called our structure. So our structure. So if you look carefully, if you can look clearer, our structure is actually slide number 5. I do not want to do this. Our structure. You are telling people that you are in the rush. You want to skip some of the slides. So I don't want that to happen. So in your presentation next time when you are dealing with your slides, if you know you are given only a shorter time, but you have so many slides to talk about, what you can do is write it down on this piece of paper. If you know you want to go to slide number 5, so you just press 5, then press enter. You are there. So the next slide that I want to go is slide number 9. So it's slide number 9. So I go to 9, enter. 9 is actually the business concept. So now I'm in business concept. Okay, I can always go back to number 1. So I just press number 1. I'm back to number 1. So next time when you are presenting, you know time is up. Okay, so you have very little time, but you have a few more slides to go. But you know that you are not supposed to take up extra time from other people. So what you do is certain slide which is not very important, you can skip, but you don't make people believe that you are skipping the slide. Don't let them know you are skipping the slide. So write it down on a piece of paper. So what you do is you put an asterisk on the slides which are important. Those that when you have extra time, you can go back to it. For example, when I am doing this presentation, I'm already in slide number 15. So I put 15, enter, I'm in slide number 15. Then I say, now, do you have any question? So somebody asks you, can you show us your team member? Okay, my team member comprises of Margaret Tian, Vincent, and also Ronnie. They are so. So I can do that. So they say, for your services, do you provide any finances, what do you call that, finance help or not? So I look at it that, okay, I need to go to the slide that contains that financial help. Then they say, okay, can you also share with us your services? So do you notice that when they are in the Q&A session, wherever or whoever asks you a question about a certain topic which you did not cover, you can just pull out the slide. It's like on demand, Astro, on demand. Huh? So you can actually present it on demand. So let's just say they ask, did you make any, did you do any market survey or do you have any statistics that you can show? Now, what we have done here is in this, we have done the demand over the supply. We have done some comparison. You can do all that. I hope you understand what I'm trying to tell you here, because I see that many people present when they use a lot of slides, they are using the slide to guide them what to say. Now, remember, as in Cikgu Nazrin always tell us, tools is just a tool, right? It is there to help you, not to bring you from A to Z, but it is there to help you. So whenever you want to go to any slides, refer to your content. So when someone asks you about a certain topic, they say, okay, now can you tell me what are the resources required in this particular topic? Now, these are the 5 core concepts. The resources that I will need is blah, 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 blah. So these are the items. Do you notice you can actually just move around your slide at your fingertip, just tell them which slide you want to go. Now, if you are a very common trainer out there where you do a lot of this laser pointer and so on, right now, you see, when you are presenting using your slides, you see you're using this arrow. No, you can actually use and turn this into a laser pointer. If you are used to laser pointer, you can use laser pointer. All right, so can you unmute and let me know, can you see the laser pointer that's moving on my screen?
Yes.
Yes, you can turn, you can turn your mouse into a laser pointer.
Hebat.
So if you have any PowerPoint slides with you now that you have on your computer, if you have any of your slides, open that up, you look at all your slides, try to remember some of your numbers, and then what you do is you just type the number and enter in your PowerPoint full slide. You must make sure it's a full screen slide. You press the number and enter, it will go to the particular slide very quickly. And how to get the laser pointer? Now you use your mouse, you see my arrow now? Now what I do is I hold down my control, then I click my mouse. Then I can turn it into a laser pointer. Okay, so you open up your PowerPoint slide now, you give it a try if you have any. I'm sure if you are with your laptop, you will definitely have some PowerPoint slides with you. Any PowerPoint slide, it doesn't really matter.
Kelvin, do again. How do you change from arrow to laser pointer?
You hold down your control, one finger,
Please.
hold down your control. The other one, hold on to your mouse and click. Okay, so this is your mouse. You got your left and right. You have your left and right. So normal left key. But before you press your mouse, you hold on to your control. Don't let go. Hold on to your control and click. It's a pointer.
Kelvin, if you don't have a mouse but you're using the pad on the laptop, how does that work?
You may have to expose this information to a lot of people. So you just right click, then you go to your pointer option and turn into a laser pointer, or you can press Control L.
Control L, huh?
Control L. So when you press Control L, it's a pointer and you can move it around. You don't have to hold down your control. To turn it to narrow, Control L again.
Kelvin, Sarima here.
Yeah.
Just now when you said that open the PowerPoint full slideshow and then press the slides, right? Like number
The
5 or
number.
number 4.
Yeah.
So just press the number. I tried,
Number
didn't.
and then enter.
Oh, okay. 5. Okay. All right. Okay.
It will go to number 5. If you press 1,
I just put
enter.
number 5. Oh, bus. Okay. Thank you.
If you want to go to 11, 1, enter.
All right.
Thank you, Kelvin.
Give it a try, because this will make your presentation very, very professional. Someone give you 15 minutes, you know that you have that 15-minute time to complete your item. You are always a trainer who are on time and never overflow. So you can actually time yourself. You know, this slide will take me how long, that type will take me how long, you know. You just press the slide number, you just move on. So in your mind, you are already calculating how much time you can spend for each of the slide. You can skip the slide just like that at your fingertip. So most important thing is you must have a tool with you, a very, 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 very classic tool. A piece of paper and a pen. Write down your slide numbers here. That doesn't really kill for you to look at the number and type, you see. So you prepare that, a piece of paper with all your slides. So you can actually prepare them in a piece of paper because you do not know really how much time you're going to have. Sometimes you will take up like too much time at the beginning, chit-chatting and so on. So that is taking up your time. Now you just do that, right? So I repeat, if you want to move from slide to slide, you just press the number you want to go, enter. So if I press 12, enter, I'm going to the team. So during your Q&A session, you just have to do this, right? They ask you about the market status, the market thing that you have, market survey that you have done. So you know that that is slide number 10. Press 10, enter, you are there. Okay, so they say, okay, show us who are your team members. So team members. So my teams are this. Then tell me about you, a little bit about your company. So I'm going to put there 3, enter. So my company overview, blah, 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 blah. You start talking about it. So that's where you can make your presentation really alive. So whoever wants to know something, they're there. You don't go around searching for your slides. You don't go up, 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 down, 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 searching for the slide. You don't do that. So when you just have to like silent for a while, look at the number and just press it. Yeah? Then people will ask, what about your plan for your company? Yeah? Now, we have something planned in our timeline. So this is what we have planned since 2015, blah, 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 until year 2001. So this is things that that you put in place for your company plan and so on. So you can put that January, February, March, or by year. You get what I'm trying to tell you, right? Just move along during the presentation. So up to a certain point, you just want them to actually, you just want to have a white screen or the black screen. You can actually press B. Now during the full full slideshow, I press a B, I will black out the screen. If I press a W, I will white out the screen. So for us who we are very struggling to get that particular whiteboard and so on, you can actually do it from here. You just press B, is already white, then you just click your annotate tool, then you tell, okay, this is my annotation tool on the slides. So I don't really need to open up what you call a whiteboard, right? I can also open up something called a blackboard if I want to. A blackboard because I press B. I can do that, right? So you can turn on the annotation and do all these drawings. So all these tools are actually within PowerPoint itself. We didn't go far. It's all within PowerPoint only. So if you want to do an annotation now on my screen, you can also do that. Okay, I'm sure you know where to get annotate to, right? You just go to the 3 ellipses at the top, click, and then you choose annotate. You can start drawing already. So that's...
Sorry, Calvin.
Yes.
Sorry, Calvin. What do you press to get the whiteboard or the blackboard, please?
B for black, W for white.
Oh, so
Can
just
we
that B?
save this whiteboard?
During your presentation, not at your PowerPoint, you must do a full slideshow. Then you press the B for black, W for white.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Calvin, can we save this whiteboard or blackboard? Ka?
No, no. This one you can save the annotation, but yeah, you can save the annotation. It's going to be white screen with all the drawings that you have. You know that?
How do we save it?
Do you notice that the annotation toolbar? What's the last button there? Save, right?
Okay, so we use the annotation bar to save this whiteboard lah.
Yeah, you do that.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
So Kelvin, it's a B enter or just B?
Just B, just B.
Thank you.
Just B. Only the slide number, then you have to press the enter. But when you want to do the white color screen and black color screen, only two colors. There's no other color, black or white only. Right.
It's
So,
just it has to be an extra slide lah, because just now I tried on the current slide. I mean it works B, blackboard and W, but you suggested just now to have an extra slide.
no, I didn't. I was just saying that you can just press B. The B is a temporary white screen or a black
temporary.
screen. Now imagine now you are not doing an online training. You are doing a classroom training, right? So you are now on your sage mode. You want to talk, but your slides is behind you. So you just want everybody to look at you, but you don't want to like press escape or close the the projector or anything. So what you do is you just press B to black out the whole screen.
Okay.
Then you talk. Then you can press B or Y, B or W to turn it back on to the slide. So you see now if I press, let's say W again, okay. Okay, of course I need to click on the slide here. If I press W again, sorry. Okay, let me just get back to this one. Oh, sorry, get back to this one. Now if I press W again, I'll go back to my slide, but my annotation is still there.
Okay. Okay.
Until I clear the annotation.
Okay, thank you.
So like I said, I'm just sharing PowerPoint features so that you know how this is going to help you a little bit more by pressing all these things during your slideshow. And now my discussion is during the slideshow, not after, not before.
Kelvin, what happens on a blackboard?
Why?
What do trainers use that blackboard for?
Same.
Also to just black out lah. Can we draw on it? Can we annotate on it?
Yeah, the annotation has no boundary lah. You can draw anywhere, but it's just like you're making it black so that people will draw it lah. But now the thing is that the tool doesn't know that you are using black, so you have to use another better color to do the drawing.
Thank you.
Right now it's white, right? If I use white on white, you can't see. If I use black on white, black on black, you can't see. So you have to change the color first. It's the same thing actually. It's just the screen is black or white. Basically, that's it. All right, so that's a little bit of during the presentation. So during the presentation, we don't really have to like remember to click the share, go to the whiteboard, draw whatever you want. We don't really need to do that. We can just, if you are using PowerPoint as your tools to do your presentation. So don't let the slide flow control your talk. You should be the one that is, the speaker is the one that control the flow. So by looking at the piece of paper that you have in your hand like this, right? This hand here, this piece of paper here. So you will already know which slide you want to talk about. Sometimes you get carried away when you are explaining certain thing, right? So the story leads to another topic, but the next slide has nothing to do with this particular thing that you're talking about it now. So you can straight away go to that slide, then you can come back again. You can always come back to the slide anytime. So you just look at it. So now you can change the flow. You can change the flow of your presentation. Oh, thank you for for what you typed there. Yeah, thank you. So this is just a quick one. This is what I have been telling those who I've been helping during the presentation. I mean, during our one whole week of festival, those that I help, I actually address this a little bit to some of them who find that they want to control their slide better. Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you. I'm going to clear it. Right? Thank you so much for your kind words. I'm going to clear it and I'm going to press B again. So let's stop annotating here. All right. So these are the set of slides that I'm having. These are the slides of the set of slides that I'm having. So let me just go back to that particular slide that I was showing you just now. So number 2 in the list here is slides from outline. Slides from outline. So I'm going to exit all my PowerPoint slides and I'm going into something called the desktop. So I'm going to the desktop. Now I'm going to show you a Word document. So I have a Word document that I will need to open. I think I forgot to open that file. Here, this is the file. So this is actually a Microsoft Word document. Now the whole story is like this. We want to do, maybe in your training, you are actually doing some brainstorming with your colleague or your fellow trainers. So you write down all your points. Okay, slide number 1, what do I need? Slide number 2, what do I need? And you are using Microsoft Word to do that. Now, in order to organize your points in Microsoft Word, I would strongly suggest that you go to a view called Outline. It's called View Outline. Now, you don't have to do this, but I'm just showing you the method how you can actually do this. Now, I already typed out something here. So I go to the view, then I click on this outline. So in this outline that you are looking at now, I have all those titles in level 1. So when I click on this preparing for the class, you notice that it says in my screen here, level 1. Okay, so yeah, you see here, everything that I click here, this one, this is considered level 1. Okay, now whatever that is inside the second level here, this one, this is level 1. Whatever the subtext here is called level 2. If you look carefully, it says level 2. So all level 1 will appear as your title for your slides. All level 2 will appear as your text for your slide. Level 2 or 3 lah. Anything that is level 1 will be your title. So how do we set this up? How do we type this information? Okay, I purposely left out the first 2 slides. So I'm going to press enter and go up. Then I will type here, okay, introduction. Introduction, enter. Then I put there. Now, in order for me to bring it down from the first level to the second level, I can actually click this button called demote, or I can just press tab on my keyboard. The one that is above the caps lock is called the tab. I press, then it go down to second level, level 2. Then I put here presented by, then I put here Kelvin Ng, something like that. All right, then I put in here enter. So when I enter, it goes down to the second level, level 2, second bullet. But I need it to be the first level. So I press shift with a tab, then it goes up. Okay, shift with a tab. So just remember, tab to go down, shift tab to go up. All right, so then I put here agenda. Enter, I press tab again. So I put here about the company. Then I press another one, say knowing your students. Oops. Panic. Okay. Then I have about our all our courses. Then resources. Okay, assuming these are the 4 topics that I'm going to discuss. So I'm done with my work. I already do all the brainstorming necessary. Then I realized, I put here about the company. Why is it the preparing for the class come first? So I click on this title. Okay, I click on this title. I can move the whole title up. I can reshuffle the flow, the contents, or whatever that I want in my preparation. So I can move them around. If you look up here, it says there show level. Show level now, it says there all level. Now I'm going to change this to level 1. So I'm looking at all the level 1. I can arrange them any way I want, the flow I want. but you know, the flow is not really that important, but you have to get close to the original plan. At the end of the day, you still write this one down, right? You still write this one down so that you can actually change your mind, change the flow anytime you like. Okay, so if I click on this and say all level, I'm going to see all the levels as well. So once I'm done with my preparation in this Microsoft Word, what's next? I'll close the file, right? I'll close the outline view. You see, whatever that I type is in here. Then I will save the document. So what I need to do now is I go to File, then I click Save. That's it. I save. And I will close the Microsoft Word document. Now, this is a must. You can't leave your Microsoft Word document open and you want to put this document inside your PowerPoint. Now, you must be wondering, are you crazy putting in PowerPoint, Word document into PowerPoint? No, I'm not crazy. It's actually exactly what I'm going to do. So you look at this, the file text in outline is actually on my desktop, webinar folders, VLC PowerPoint sharing. So I will go to the same folder later. I will look for this particular document. All right, so I go back to my PowerPoint. Okay, let me get out from here. So I'm going to this thing called new, okay, just to make sure that this is a brand new file. I don't even need the first slide to begin with. I don't even need the original first slide. I'm going to bring everything in from my Word document now. Okay, so don't blink your eye. It's going to happen. No, it's not going to happen really fast, but it's going to happen that it's going to be loaded really quick. So I'm going to go into this new slide. Now, often we always just pick the slide we want, but this is not what I'm planning to do. I'm going to go down here, slides from the outline. Remember, we prepared the outline from Microsoft Word earlier. Now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to click that. Remember, I told you it's on the desktop, somewhere at the end, starting with webinars. Then I got this VLC PowerPoint sharing. This is my Word document. So all I need to do is just insert. All right, so they are in. Look at all my slides. They are all there. Agenda, learning about the company. So whatever that is level 1 appear as a title. Whatever that appears in level 2 now is a sub text for your slide. Okay, all those. So next time, if you plan to do something, you can just write it on a piece of paper. But when you do the data entry or you put in your slides, you don't even need to come to PowerPoint first. You go to your Microsoft Word outline view, just write down all the step-by-step, rearrange it, rearrange the bullet. You can see the entire flow of presentation in Microsoft Word. And from there, you just bring them over. So once you bring them over, the next step is to make sure that they looks good. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I need all my titles, all the titles on top here. I would like to turn it into red color. Now I have altogether 9 slides. Most of us, you know what we will do? We highlight and we make it red. Now that's not what I want to show you. I think you already know that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do this really quick by just going into a place in your PowerPoint called Slide Master. Now, some of you may have already know this, but for many of us, we still do not know what is this Slide Master. So we go to this Slide Master. Now, the Slide Master that we are using here, the one that we are using from the Microsoft Word is the last slide here called Title and Text. But I'm not worried about this. As I'm just going to go all the way up. I will look for the guru. Just like Cikgu Nazrin. This is Cikgu Nazrin. Cikgu Nazrin says, make sure you do the assignment 1. Now everybody have to do it. So this is actually the taiko up here, the guru. Everyone else here, all these slides that you, all the smaller one here are just the follower. They are just like the students, right? So if the teacher says, change all the title to red, so you go to the teacher, click on the title, you just make it red. You notice all the student now also say red. Like you make it bold. So all of them are bold. So once you are done, you can click close, go back to the slide master, click close. See all the titles now are red in color. So you don't work so hard to modify them. Okay, so if you think that you want to do this really quick, yeah, you can do that. All right. So tell me, what do you think about the slide master? Any question on this? Are you still there?
Yep, we are still here. We are just probably jaw open and going like, wow.
We are so wow, we don't know what to ask really.
we are speechless, Kelvin.
You're still digesting, huh? All right, let me
Yeah.
repeat the flow. So what I need to do is I need to make sure that that particular file, the PowerPoint file that you see now, this is just normal view. So if I go to the viewer, the view is called page layout view. But in order to do the outline, you have to go to the view that says outline. So outline is divided into levels. If you are not in level 1, then it will not stick to the title in your PowerPoint slide. So always remember, level 1 is always the title for your slides. So each and every dot that you see up here, these are the title of each of the slides. You guys know what I'm talking about? And then what you do is you just type like normal, just like this is not an essay, this is not a paragraph kind of thing. So when you prepare your slides, you normally prepare them in like point form. This is for this title, this is a point form, this is a title, this is a point. Don't worry about the graphics yet. Get your content across first. So from the content, that's where you actually start to convert them into text boxes, or you convert them into diagram and whatnot. So you can do that. This is a very old traditional kind of a classic way to prepare your content. So you do that. Once you are done, save the document and close it. You can't leave it open. The moment you leave it open, then in your PowerPoint slide later, you won't be able to load it. They will say that the Word file is in use. You cannot load it into your Microsoft PowerPoint. So you need to close the Word document for sure. Then you just start a new file. Sorry. You just start a new file. Then you just go to this button here. Okay. They call it new slide. Somewhere right at the bottom, this is what you use. Then you start locating that particular file and then just load it into your PowerPoint. So that's the whole process to bring in the documents. Are we okay so far?
Yeah, we fainted, but we are now okay.
Are you still
We're
conscious?
good, we're good.
Well, I just want you to know that these features are available. We can take this exercise off the grid. That means we only have an hour here to do some sharing. So I try to put it a little bit more compact. I want to put a lot of things inside. Now, if you still remember that I have a PowerPoint just now, this slide, right? This slide, maybe in my presentation, there are some slides which I can co-share. That means this slide number 4, I'm interested to bring it into this particular presentation that I have. So I believe most of you, or I would say 99% of us will do this. We go to this slide, we select the slide, we make Control C, then we go into this, then we click where we want to paste it, then we paste. Is that what you normally do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
What
Yes,
did
yes,
you what is missing from this slide now compared to this slide?
Is it page number?
The color.
The color, right? The background, the formattings and so on, right? All these are, even though you copy the slide, but they won't come along. Okay. So what I want to tell you now is that, let's just say I go to this slide, then I say, I want to use that particular slide. There is one button here that says reuse the slide. Okay, if yours is not here, it would probably be inside here, reuse slide. There's a button here called reuse slide as well. If your button is not here, you can always find it here as well. So I'm going to click the reuse slide. On my right-hand side now, I have a slide pane here that allows me to choose. So I will start to browse for that file. I'll start to browse for that file. It's also inside the same folder I put in. So it's inside this webinar folder, PowerPoint sharing. So that was the business plan file that I I want to take from. So I click choose. They will list down all the slides that I have here. You see that? So this time I want to bring in something called the business concept. So I click this slide. It will bring in exactly what you have. Isn't this a better offer compared to the other one earlier where you copy and paste? Then you have to start thinking about how to put back the background, all those kind of color and so on. So now I can bring in everything exactly the way I have it in the previous presentation, and I bring it here, I put it together. So yeah, this is the purpose of using something called a reuse slide. Do you like this feature?
Oh, yes.
Love it.
So for a trainer, right, this is my recommendation to you. What you do is you have a lot of modules, and every module you put it into different different PowerPoint deck. Okay, you put it into different one, and more than often some of the slide that you are presenting in module 1, then you need to present it again when it comes to module 4. Because in module 4, it touches on some of the topics that is in module 1. You need the same slide. So the problem with this is that sometimes you are updating your slide with some new data. So when the moment you go into slide, maybe module 1, you updated the slide, you have to remember that in your slide number 4, you need to change it as well. So what I'm trying to tell you is that if you can, put all your slide together in one PowerPoint file. So when you need to present module 2, you can use this like a buffet, go into the slide that you want, tick, 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 tick. These are the slides that I'm going to present for my module 2. Save it as one file. So whenever you have an update, you just update your main deck. You go to those module 2, remove this slide, bring it over. That's all. You just have to, it comes over. So you can have a lot of updated slides. For corporate presentation, in many companies, what they can do is, for example, there is a restructuring process and you see certain people move up the ladder, some people move down the level, or some people is missing from the organization chart. So you have so many presentation files and all of them have the organization chart. How many times do you need to update? If you use this method, you only update once and you can just reuse the slide and push it over, throw the old one, put the new one in. It's very quick. So that's one way you can actually save your time redesigning, re-update every single PowerPoint slide that you have. So this is actually very useful for slide library. You go use this as your slide library.
Hi, Kelvin. I think Sharifa is asking you to show that again.
This reuse slide?
Yeah.
All right. Let me just close this one first. It's actually not far from the button called New Slide.
Thanks, Davidson. Thank you.
It's here. Or if it's not there, assuming your version, you don't have it here, you can go down to the very last item called reuse slide. Then they will remember some of those PowerPoint file that you used before, so you can click it. There you go. If you have not opened them before, why I didn't want to open this one earlier, because I want to show you that you can actually browse it. When you browse it, then you can know which one is your main deck. You just bring them in. So every time when you have new slides or new topics or new updates on your slide with the new latest data, what you do is you just update your main deck. And then the rest of the module that needed that slide, you just replace them. That's all. Right? That should be quite fast. Don't copy and paste. Don't update too many slides because you will forget which one you have updated, which one you have not. Right? I have that problem. I don't know about you. Okay, now any questions?
Hi, Kelvin. Just a quick one. I think this is fantastic, but I just wanted to ask: is there a difference between reusing slides and if I copy and paste special? Because by pasting special, I can retain the format of the original, right?
Yeah, that's the traditional way of doing it.
Right. Okay.
They have this feature for a very long time, and you can actually open up the file and pick and choose from there.
Right. Great. Thanks.
Basically, if you know the traditional way of copy and pasting, just do that. But you need to have two files open. This one, you only have one file open, but you just link to
Great. Noted. Thank you.
No different lah. That one. What you mentioned is correct.
Kevin, just a quick question. If the original file, I change the format, so it will affect this, or is the time of I reuse?
It does
or
not. It does not affect this simply because you are making a copy. You are not linking it. You are making a copy.
Okay. So it's as per time I use the reuse function.
Yes.
The format. Okay. Thanks.
Now, what you want just now, Ming, is Ming, right? Your voice sounds like Ming.
Yeah, correct.
All right. Now, what you wanted earlier was this one. Let me show you the other thing that you can do. Now, I'm using this business plan again. Okay. So Ming, you look at this. This, assuming this is my main deck lah. This is my main deck. This is the slide that I put in my laptop, and I only want to work with this file. So if you do not want to reuse slide and put it into some other file, then you can present everything within this particular deck, but you prepare something called a custom slideshow. All right, so I hope you have your attention on my screen for a while. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to present, assuming I'm presenting this to a group of students from maybe a university. I'm going to present this to a group of students who come and visit, and we are having a talk. But I do not want to present my entire slide. Wait, did I choose the correct one? No, I didn't. I don't think I choose the correct one. Yeah, this is the correct one. Okay, so these are the slides that I want to present, but I do not want to present all my 16 slides because I was only given 5 minutes to talk about the company and then bring them around. So if I'm going to talk 16 slides, I mean, I need to like, what, 5 minutes, so you can just divide them, how fast you have to talk. So what you do is before you will call up the stage, maybe a 1-2 hour before that, you can just go to the slideshow. Okay, slideshow. There's this button here that says custom slideshow. This guy, custom slideshow. So what you do is that, wait, give me a second. You go to the custom slideshow, open it up, all right? So there's no custom slideshow now. You can click new. From here, you will have a list of all the slides. List of all the slides. If every slide here has a title, then it's easier for you. Like slide number 5 don't have a title. Slide number 2 don't have a title. So we do not know what's the title. Now, I want to talk about the introduction of the company overview, then our 4 years timeline. I want to talk about our team, and I want to talk about the business concept. Or maybe I don't know the business concept, but our services. So this is a brief introduction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe one more. We have something here called business opportunity. All right. So we have 5 slides. So I click add. So these are the 5 slides that I'm ready to present to the audience. But I want to put the team after the company overview. So I move it up. So the team is slide number 3 now. So once I have arranged in this order, I click OK. Oops, I forgot to give it a name. So I call this one students. All right. Okay. So that custom slideshow is called students. I'm going to close this. So you go up the stage, you want to turn on your slides and everything. So you don't press this slideshow, because if you click the slideshow, then you're going to start showing the slide from for the 16 slide, but you're not interested in the 16 slide. You're interested in the 5 slides that you have chosen. So you go up to the custom show, you just click students. So this is your first slide. You go to the next slide, company overview, the team, then our services, and finally business opportunity. Then you press B. Thank you for your time, blah, blah, blah. Please follow the master of ceremony, and he will bring you to a visit in our office. You get what I'm trying to tell you? So you notice, Ming, your question just now, if you say, if I go to this slide, the team, right? The team. This lady, the name is actually Claire Kell now. So change of director already, right? This one, It's actually Ming. Right, so I change this. So if I go to my slideshow, student, the theme is now updated already. You get what I'm trying to say? So in order for it to be updated, it can be done it that way. So you can go to the custom slideshow, you call it module 1, then you pick all the slides. So whenever you make changes, your presentation for your module 1 is all up to date. So you don't have to worry about updating and then reuse it again. You can use this feature called custom slideshow. So it's all here, custom slideshow. Right? So these are the 4 topics that are somewhat related. That's why I'm doing it in that sequence. So you can reuse a slide and port it over to whatever existing slide, or if you don't want. So there are so many options for you to look at now. You've got custom slideshow to help you to do that. So I believe many of us, we don't have a very good slide management. The slides are not arranged in the proper order. So whenever we want it, only we'll start looking around for it. So if we can manage the slide in a way that we can control it, then our slide won't go missing. Okay, we will not show our student updated slide. It's always up to date. Right, so it's a few clicks away kind of a feature for you to make sure your slides is always up to date. Okay, so that's actually the first part. Then coming to the last one, which is called the screen sharing. Screen recording. But before I go to the screen recording, do you have any questions?
Calvin.
Yeah.
You are talking about the building the slide library, saying that the specs that we put all the slide into one modules, right? Into one file.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be too heavy to have so many slides in one file rather than having so many files like what we do now?
All right. There will be like what one size fits all. What I'm trying to tell you is that if you prepare your slides, okay, if you prepare a slides and you have a lot of slides, it doesn't really matter whether the file size is big or not, because it's always in your computer, unless you need to send it out. If you need to send out the slide, then you are not advised to do this. As long as you have, like, let's say 100 slides, 120 slides, I think that's fine, because it stays in your computer and you're not moving it anywhere. You're not planning to shift it anywhere. So you can use this as your slide library. If you're afraid that the file is too big, then use this feature called reuse slide. Take them out into another file. So soon after you have completed this project, you can delete that particular slide and then keep your slide library. So keep the main one big is okay, but you're not going to use it. You are just reusing it. But if you are just going to take like 5 slides out of that, so why do you want to reuse slide? Why not just create a custom show and then just show it? Okay. Now the custom show has one more thing which is very, very cool. Now, do you remember I used the five slides, right? If I go to file print, no, not here, sorry, it's here, this one. I go to file print. Okay, when I go to file print, I can choose not to print all the slides. If I do that, I'll print all my 16 slides. Then I choose something here called custom slideshow student. Can you see the setting down here? Students, the custom show student. So once I do that, student, okay, where did it go? Okay, student. Now you notice that I only have 5 slides down here. See, only 5 slides. Even though I have 16 slides in my presentation, but because I'm only printing the custom show, they will print it in that same order. So if you are going to print handouts, if you are planning to print the handouts for your audience, assuming now it's a classroom, not an online training, but a classroom. So you would like to just get these 5 slides out and then print it out and give it to your audience, you can do that. Otherwise, when you print, don't choose a printer, choose a PDF. So you can save it, print it out as a PDF and email it or or let them download that particular PDF. So don't give them a PowerPoint file. You also said that PowerPoint files are heavy, so PDF them, and then you can give it to them. Only the 5 slides that you are presenting, not the whole 16, 60, 70, or 100 slides that you have. Right? So yeah, it's your own type of management. Now it may go against your principle in managing your slide, but something new for you to ponder. It's not a must to follow, but if you think this is good, you can try and use it. Okay, so if you are presenting for a small project, a small talk, you can just take out all the slides that you need, put into one file, and just present. Once done, you can delete it. You don't want to keep too many of them. So that's one thing you can be sure that your original is still there. Right? Any other question?
Thank
I hope
you.
I answer. I hope I answer your question.
You did. You did.
All right. So are we okay with that? Can, huh? Now, Claire asked me a question this afternoon. Right? Can I share in my presentation here how did I create the process of registration where you actually send you a email with my with my logo on top, with my picture, with all that. So how did I do that? So I'm planning to do this inside the PowerPoint now. Okay, I'm going to add in a new slide. Okay, so I'm going to put here title only. Now, I'm going to record down the whole process, how I actually do the setup for the Zoom. So, okay, let me just close this one. I don't need this one. Okay, I need a brand new screen here. So I need to prepare this screen. Then I go to my PowerPoint. This is where I need to put this. I go to Insert. Then I go to Screen Recording. Okay, screen recording. I will select the area that I want to record. So I click this one. I will select the whole screen, including myself talking here. Right, so I'm going to record down everything that is on my screen now, and I start to record. So help me to remember something. When I click this button later, they will give me a screen to tell me how to stop. So help me with this. So it says there, the Windows key, Shift and Q. So now, whatever I'm talking now and whatever that I'm going to do in this screen is going to be recorded. So I click here, then I can do things like Zoom.meeting. Okay. So I'm in now. Let me just close this one smaller. So my intention here is to schedule a meeting and show you how I actually do the what do you call that? The setting for the meetings. So I'm going to just call it my meetings. I'm not going to change anything. All this is none. But one very important thing to do is this button here, registration. Yes, I want my participant to register. That's all. Now the rest, I think you already know, and I think Cikgu Nazrin already mentioned all this to you already. So all I need to do is just save. Now, because I click the registration, now what is going to happen is if I open this particular, sorry, not open, but I go down to the bottom here, there will be additional setting down here that will appear because I want it to be registered. So when I go into this email setting, all right, email setting, I can decide who I want all the email to respond to. Like some of you replied by saying thank you for the invitation and so on. So that's because it's here. But if you do not want that reply to go to you, you can edit and put in someone else's email address and also the name. You can do that, right? That is the contact, the email contact. And when they reply, where does it go to? Now, then we have something here, confirmation email. Now, this is the email that you receive. Now, if you are not very comfortable with whatever that existing in that particular, in that email, you can edit the email. So I click here. It will give here things like meeting topics confirmation. I'm sure you received that confirmation, right? Then you can start writing some notes here. What do you want, or you can do your learning outcome, your objective, what do you learn at the end of the course. Okay, this is the learning outcome, blah, 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 blah. You can write everything there. Then right at the end here, you can have your remark or notes. Please make sure that you are at the best connection, internet connection, blah, 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 blah. Prepare a Tupperware of water, make some snacks or whatever next to you, and so on. So you can do that. You can write here. So all this blah, blah, blah will come out. So I put here B-A-L-A-H, B-L-A-H. Okay, this is one I want. And I say in this meeting, we are going to discuss. Okay, then you put that number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, this kind of thing. So you put in all this itinerary that you're going to talk about during the meeting. So if you are happy with this, just go down and save it. Okay, so the email confirmation has been saved. Now, if you want to take a look at how they look like, you can always click this send me the preview. Now, at the moment, I'm not going to click this yet because you remember when you receive my email, there is some branding on top. So this is the branding. This is the branding. You can upload the branding. So I have something here that I can use. All those images that I've used before, yeah, I will put it there. So this is the picture that I designed for this particular meeting. Then I put in my photo. I didn't put in my company logo. I can do that, this one, but I don't want. I want to put my, I want to put my own photo instead. Yeah, so that's me. Okay, so once I'm done with this, this is my, I can put in some description about who is this guy. So done. Okay, everything done. You can just go back to your email. So if you look at this, if I click send me a preview email, I click here, say send. So if I go back to my email now, I just have to wait for a while. David Chua. Everybody knows David Chua, right? Oops, it's not coming. Oh, it's taken longer than I thought. Usually it's quite fast. Is it here already? Nope. Oops, it's not coming. Okay, I'll check this later. All right. Now, it says here it's already sent to this email. It will be there. So this is how you can actually check whether the email arrived or not. So Claire, you see the whole process, how that can be done. Okay, so that's all. So what was the keyboard shortcut? Window, Shift, and Q. Is it? How can I kill this?
Yeah, correct.
Window, Shift, and Q, right? Oh yeah, it's done already. Oops. Yeah, you see the video is here now. Right, the video is here. So now, whatever I'm talking now, see, it recorded the screen. So remember we were talking about assignment 1 must do the screencast. What Cikgu Nazrin showed us. We could actually just use this now. All right, so I hope you get the idea why I'm showing this, the screen recording. It's inside your insert ribbon. You can see my screen now, right, everyone? Yes. So this is the one, screen recording, the last one. Now, if you don't see this button, most probably the version that you're using does not have this feature, especially those who are using the older version of Mac and also older version of Microsoft PowerPoint. So if you are using 2013 and above, you should be able to do this.
Calvin?
Yeah.
Sorry. I got a question.
Yes.
You know, like sometimes when we record, we got the view, you know, like the gallery view of the participants. So these features can be used to just record the screen only, right? Without the the participants' faces and all that.
Okay, let's try. No, you cannot.
I will still because sometimes when I record, let's say I have participants in my class, I can still see the, you know, the boxes there, the gallery view. So if I just want to delete that, just to focus on the screen recording, can I use this PowerPoint screen recording instead?
This PowerPoint, they don't care what's on your screen. They just record everything on your screen.
Okay.
So maybe what you need to do is you need to hide the video screen. You need to hide it away, lah. Hide it away. Put it somewhere like one corner, black color, you know.
Okay.
So that you
But then
don't.
we can choose which area to record, isn't it, on the screen?
As I said, if you're not taking the whole screen, you just pick where you want to record, lah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Using these features, using these features?
Sorry?
Using these features, the recording, because if you say you can choose the space that you want to record.
Yeah, so that gallery view that you're having, you don't include in your recording.
Okay, okay. All right. Thank
But
you.
mine, you see this black color thing here?
Yeah.
So it's included. I didn't bother, so I included it.
Alvin, can I confirm that the screen recording function is like the Loom recording function?
Is exactly, yeah, something like that. But this is built in PowerPoint. Now, I didn't go anything out of PowerPoint so far, right? Everything is still within PowerPoint, right?
Yeah.
But this is a PowerPoint sharing. Very hard sell on PowerPoint.
Yeah, but very good, very good.
I try not to get out of PowerPoint. I mean, everything within PowerPoint. Yeah. So sometimes when you are talking about you have your slides and you want to show people how to do your registration for this particular feature, so you can make sure you prepare the screen. Then from PowerPoint you activate it. Now, in order to record that, right, they always go to the last screen that you have. So imagine you have this as your last screen, then you go to your PowerPoint. When you click the insert, they cannot switch screen already. No, this is the screen that you're going to record. You know what I'm trying to say? So you must prepare the screen that you want to record. Then you start the recorder somewhere here. Insert, recording. You know what I'm talking about? You must make sure that the screen that the screen that you want to record is the screen active now. Then you go to your PowerPoint and activate it so that the PowerPoint will go missing. That's what you are recording. Okay, so that.
Okay, got it.
Kelvin, was there a time limit with regards to the screen recording? Can we like record the whole session, or how does it work?
I've tried recorded it for about 20 over minutes, and I don't have that many things to record, but 20 over minutes. But bear in mind, this recording is for short video. It's not for like our 1 hour video or 2 hour video or the whole day video. It's for a short video for you to showcase certain things. Imagine you're presenting, you're not going to play a 1 hour video in a room, right? So it's like a short video usually. Right? So if you are selling a product, you want to tell them, can you please register as a member? So they will be asking how to register as a member. So instead of telling them, give them point form, you give them video how to do it. Isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of visual
learning
out there.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
All right. So I got one more last thing that I need to, wait, let me just get rid of this one first. One last thing is past 10 already. Okay, let me just.
Don't worry, the night is still young.
Okay. For those of you who can stay, that will be great. Now, I'm in slide number 1. Okay, what I have gone through with you so far is all this slide control, reuse slide from outline, custom show, and screen recording. So these are all PowerPoint quick tips, quick tips and tricks. Now, do you like bonus? Okay.
Yes, bonus, yes.
Yeah, so this is actually something that you can download. I'm going to open it up for maybe a week before I take down that particular folder from my share, from my OneDrive, sorry, my Google Drive. So I'm going to copy this and put inside the chat. You can go in and have a look. You can go in and have a look. Right? You all cannot click.
I'll type it, Calvin.
Sorry?
Have not shared the link yet.
Oh, sorry. I only share to Claire. That's why. Private pula. There isn't type it out for you guys as well. So thank you. You can copy and paste it into your browser. Then you can connect to my Google Drive. You will see that in that Google Drive. Okay, let me just share my screen. So in my Google Drive, if I open it, yeah, it's here. I have a lot of this, nothing to do with what we learned today. I have a lot of infographic collections. If you are struggling to design something so nice like what Erwin has done, and you don't have that kind of idea, you can use some of the idea here. There are a lot of PowerPoint infographic collection. There are 330 slides, 7 slides, 9 slides, 251 slides. So you can look through everything. There are some repeat, but they are useful. Yeah, you can use that. Then there are icons. Icons. These are icons that are editable. I repeat, the icons are editable. They are vectors. They are not picture. They are editable. You can change color and turn it into something that you like. Now, for those of you who are already using Office 365 or the latest Microsoft Office, you will already have the sample icon. But if you are not, then you might want to open up this PowerPoint file, and there are a lot of icons there. I think about 8 pages of icon. All of them are editable. You can edit them. Okay. Then a little bit out of PowerPoint, you notice that the last file is called zoomit.exe. I believe you've seen myself doing this just now. I can zoom in the screen. Did you manage to see that I zoom in the screen?
Yeah, well, was about to ask you how you did that.
Okay, this
Yeah,
is
me
the one.
too, me too.
This is the one. Okay, so you can download it. You don't have to install. It's actually a very mini program. It's less than, I think if I'm not mistaken, it's about 500 KB only. So it's like very small. It's a very small file. The moment you double click it, it's already launched. Then when you double click it again, then you will see that there's a dialog box with the what you call the instruction. There are 4 or 5 tabs there. You just have to read through all the content inside that particular dialog box. Then they give you the keyboard shortcut to play with. Now this will require a little bit of practice. Otherwise, you need to keep on using it in order to make it a habit. So for me, if I put my mouse over here, let's just say I point at this button here. When I press Control+1, it will go there, and I can zoom it further. And I can click, then I can start to draw. This kind of thing. So when I press Escape, it will go out. Okay. So if I say, okay, let's take a 5 minutes break. So the timer counts now. So it's all coming from this zoom in. You saw the timer just now?
Oh.
Yeah, you can just use this zoom in. You can even Google for it for the latest version. I don't think this is the latest version, but you can go to Google, just type Zoom It. It's by Microsoft. Microsoft actually they bought over this company called Sys Internal, and then they distribute it. So far, it's still free. So just use it. Yeah, just use it. So this is the bonus that I want to give to each and every one of you, because you are the VLC family, right? Otherwise, no one will get this, right? You can download it. I'm going to open this folder for a week, download everything. Once everybody is already done with all the download, then I will remove, because it's taking up too much space in my Google Drive. Anand shared something. Oh, Zoom It. Yes. Yeah. You can Zoom. You can Google for it. It's free. I'm not so generous. All these things that I give to you are all free. Except for the infographics templates. I purchased some of them. Some of them are free. All those things that I gave you in the folder are all editable. Remember, they are all editable. They are not picture where you cannot edit. They are all editable. You can just replace your text, or you can change the color of the boxes and everything. So just use them. I hope that will improve a little bit of your slides. Like what Erwin said, don't use too many texts. Right? Turn it into graphics, make it visual as much as you can. Right? So these are some of the things that I hope it is in line with what Erwin has given us now. Okay, so thank you so much. All right, I think I overshot the time. How's everything? Everything okay?
Oh yes, thank you so much.
Lovely, Calvin.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Calvin.
much.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you,
so
Calvin.
much.
That was fantastic.
We will take any
Thank
other
you so much,
question.
Calvin. Thank you,
in the group,
Calvin.
Thank you, Calvin.
Thank you very
Awesome.
much,
Thank you,
Calvin.
Calvin. We love you.
Really appreciate it. Worth
Really
every minute of it.
Yeah. Yes.
Every minute.
A lot of useful info.
Thanks,
Do you
Kelvin.
realize,
Thank you.
one hour?
Good night, guys. Good night,
Okay, good night.
everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Thanks everyone. Thank you so
For
much,
those of you who
Kelvin.
can join me Friday night, please do.
Yes, yes.
That's tomorrow night with Lily.
Yeah, I'm here. Shanti, yes. I look
Looking
forward.
forward. Looking forward to our
Yes.
session tomorrow night.
Yeah, sign up.